The next test we're going to perform is the shoulder mobility test. All right. With the shoulder mobility test, what I'm doing here is I'm going to I'm going to ask the client to hold their hand out like this. All right. What I've got here is a dowel rod with a ruler. Okay. You can use really any ruler, but the point is, what I'm doing here is I'm measuring the length from the bottom part of the wrist here all the way to the tip of their finger. I want to see how long their hand is. So in my case, my hand is 7 inches. Okay, what I'm then going to ask the client to do is put one hand on top, one hand on the bottom, and I'm actually going to measure how far between those 2 points, how far between these two fists there are. Okay, if there's, ask the client to put one hand on top, one hand on the bottom, and then simply switch sides. Okay, you can measure with your dowel rod or ruler. The main thing that I'm looking for here, if the client's hands are more than 2 hand lengths apart, they get a 1. Okay, if they are within a hand length and a half, okay, they get a 2. If they're very close together, they get a 3. They pass that test with flying colors. All right. The other thing I want you to ask the client to do in this situation is put their hand on their elbow, opposite elbow, like this, and raise it up. Okay, have them do it on both sides. If that is painful, the client receives a 0 because they have some kind of a shoulder issue or a shoulder impingement issue. We need to refer them out to a doctor for that. So, this is a pretty simple test. Just make note of how far apart the client's hands are and move on to the next test.